Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Ya echana labadita Piṭaka Alamaniya Watu Echna Lakhana. A characteristics is to desire what is not to be obtained. Alamaniya Watu. Tapri Yisnayasa Rasa. A function is to seek, to find, or to search for it. It's a apavadi pachupatthana. So when we think about the thoroughly, we see that. So these things are not to be obtained, even though we desire to have it. They are not to be obtained. It appears clearly in our mind. When we think thoroughly, when we think about that carefully, it appears in our mind. Oh, yes, it is not to be obtained, even though we desire for it. It will never come to us because it is not obtainable. The Dvaina. Dvaina bi dukkana vatu bhavato dukkhadi oda. Dvaina bi dukkana vatu bhavato. This yapaichana labadita bi dukkha. This sentence or the desire itself is not dukkha, but it is the basis for two kinds of dukkha. Dvaina dukkhana vatu bhavato. Tan dukkha di oda or the dukkha. He to be extended here to explain how the yapaichana labadi is for the basis of two kinds of dukkha. Ekacho raja bosri di sambhavito hodi. Yeah. Ekacho raja bosri. He will be the king. He will be the president. He will be the leader of the group. Anything here, but here the key, especially the key. Ekacho raja bosri. Ekacho is some person or that person will be the key. Sambhavito hodi. Some people flatter him. You see, praise him. Oh, your personality is very great. You are very wise. You have a great family. You could be the key. They flatter him. See, many people flatter. Who flatter him? So, Chaina Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā. Chaina here. Chaina means cut it off. Chaina Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā. Cut it off what? Cut it off the moral shame. Shameless person here. Chaina referring to the shameless person. Chaina Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā. Vibhaṅga. Yeah, Vibhaṅga referring to the people who are dishonor, how to say? The people like a drunkard, the go for nothing people, those people. Chaina Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā. Those people like a drunkard, like a fool, like a foolish person, like an idiot. They had no shame. They are shameless. So a group of shameless people here. Chaina Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā. Chaina referring to the person who are not shameful, who are shameless. Vibhaṅga here. Vibhaṅga here, the one who destroys something. The person who destroys Gana here, a group of people who are shameless, who could destroy something. The idiot person, the foolish person. He was honored or he was praised by the foolish person here. So when he was praised by a foolish person, so this person, like a Ryan will be key, Ryan will be key. They spread, you see, the message to the public. So finally, the kid had this, get this information. So that person will be the key. Privarito surrounded by those people, surrounded by those shameless people. Pavadawisamawa Wanaganawa Bhuisri. Here, they go to the forest, Pavadawisama. So maybe to the valley, to the cliff, Wisma an event, you know, animal here. Pavadawisama Wanagana to the deep forest, to the jungles. They go to the forest because they are idiots. You know, he was surrounded by the idiots. The idiots, you see, the idiots flatter him. You will be the king. You will be the king. What happened here? Why they go to the forest? So Atha Raja Tapo Denyadwa. Atha. Then Raja Tapo Denyadwa. The king knows about that. Balakaya here, Balakaya referring to the police. Balakaya, the forces, the army force, the police force, maybe anything. Basically, he dispatched, he set the police to catch that person. Because if that person becomes stronger, you see, he might catch him, or he might capture the throne. He afraid of that person capturing his throne. That's why he said the truth, or he said that the armies, the police, to catch them. To catch him here. Balakaya Besedi, so Raja Puri Sehi Nihata Priwaro. Nihata Raja Puri Se Nihata Priwaro. Nihata Priwara here, Raja Purisa. The man, the king's man, or like a police, or the soldier. In Myanmar, you know the soldier, no more police. The soldiers, but in democracy country, the police will handle everything. But here, no more police. Police has no power anymore. They are under the army in Myanmar. So Raja Puri say Nihata Priwaro. So the police also catch his company, or his people, or his family, or his relatives. So here the key, Nihata Priwaro, capture or oppressed his Briwara, his people. Sayabi Lada Baharo. He was also chased after the police. Not only his relatives, but himself. No king, you see, tolerates someone to be the king. Even an orator, you know, an orator, very cruel person, very bad person, you know, an orator. But you may know an orator according to Burmese history. They say an orator, very good one. An orator, very good one. They always praise an orator. But an orator, bad person, you know. So when he became the king, so the rumor appears there. Someone who will be the king take pregnant. Someone take pregnant, that person will be the king after that. So when he heard that news, he asked his man to kill all the pregnant women. See, to kill all pregnant women, because he doesn't know who is, you know, he doesn't know who is the one who will be the king. He worried about his power, you know. He worried about his power. That's why he asked his men to kill all the pregnant women. All pregnant women were killed there. But after 1 year, the rumor appeared again. So that baby was not killed. That baby is still alive. Now he was born. This baby was born as a human being. That's why he asked his people to kill all the babies in his countries. In order, you know, he kills all the babies in his country. But some babies were escaped. So about the 12 years, 10 years, 12 years, about the age of the coward. So the rumor again appeared. Oh, that person is still alive. Now he is about the age of 10 or 12 something. So he asked his people to kill the children, not the boys, all the boys, about 10 years, 12 years. See, he has killed a lot of people. Here also the key here, you know, here the key. So Raja Purisi Nihata Priwaro Sayabi Lada Baharo Palaya Mano. So his relatives, his people, his friends, all his surrounding. So all the people surrounding him were captured, tortured, or some were killed. Some were killed, some were killed. And he himself also had to run away, had to run to the forest. Here, Playa Mano, Rokhadarawa, Pasana Darawa, Buisri, Rokhadra. So to the deep forest, he had to hide himself among the mother trees. Rokhadra, Pasanadra, he has to hide himself inside the rock, you know, maybe the cave there. He is hidden in the cave. So Dasamesami Mahamigo Uttahadi, at that moment, a great rain, or it rains Kasidor, the heavy rains, the rains there. So at that moment, Teipa Adhakara, Teipa, you see very strong Adhakara, the darkness. Teipa Adhakara, Kala Wadalika Hodi. So the darkness, there is darkness, that is very dark, so cannot see anything. Atana, Ata, then na to that person. Samadado around him. Kala kipilika deo, Kala kipilika deo, the brown insect, etc. There are many kinds of insects in the forest. Where it rains, the insect, they come out of their nest. You see, they surrounded him here. Pana Pawaritwa, many kinds of insects, Pana here, insect. Many kinds of insects surrounding him, Pawaritwa, Ganadi, it take him, that means bite him. So many kinds of insects appears through the forest, they bite him. Tena asa kaya, balawa kaya dukkha upajadi, tena asa. Because of those insects, balawa kaya dukkha upajadi asa. asa, the Palavakaya Dukkha Upajati, the strong body pain arises, or the serious body pain arises to that person. Ma ekanisaya, this is the body pain. He get body pain because of Iset. He is by chance, so he get very serious body pain here. The ma ekanisaya edikanya dija bogaja. Just now I told you. So because of him, all his relatives, all his friends, all the people who is familiar to him. So the key capture in Myanmar nowadays also happened, PDF, for example, you become PDF, People's Defense Force. You become PDF. So the military catch your relatives, your family. So yesterday, one of the men, he was sentenced for 5 years because he had his son to do CTM, He had his son. His son was police. He doesn't want to do anything with the military government. So he ran away. The father had him to escape from the police, another police. So because of that, he was sentenced for 5 years. Here also the same. The person who is populous to become a king, the king cannot tolerate anymore with him. So the king tried to catch many people, to punish many people. Yeah, many people were punished already. That's why he think, ma ekanisaya, depending on me, depending on me alone. Edikanyati winatha, such as my relatives destroyed. Bhogaja winatha, such as properties destroyed. Of course, they close all the houses. The one who is the member of unity, the NUG, you see, NUG, National Unity Government, a member of National Unity Government, or the one who against them. So they close all the houses. Many many people here in Myanmar, their house were closed. So they cannot stay at their house. They had to run away. Many people run to foreign countries now. Just like that. Here, ma eka nisaya edika nyadi winatha, the PDF family also were captured. So if I were PDF to against the military government, then so they cannot catch me. They will catch all my family, even my son, my daughters, my wife, my mother, my fathers. They catch these people. In Myanmar, not happened, really happened in Myanmar. So ma eka nisaya edika nyadi winatha, where the PDF may think, PDF may think, oh, because of me alone, many people, many my relatives, many of my families were destroyed. So some are dying, many people die here. Over 2,000 people were killed by military government. So here, Bhoga Winatha, the properties, their property also were destroyed by military government. Jentitasa Balawa Dominasa Upajidi, where he is thinking about these things, because of me, my relatives, my properties, their properties were destroyed. So thinking this, he get very sad. He feels very uncomfortable. So Balawa Dominasa Upajidi. So the great Dominasa, the great dosa arises in him. So that's why nowadays, many people, they join PDF, joint energy, joint period against the military government. Every day the soldiers were killed because of Balawa Domanasa. So they are also the miserable in the forest to fight the military government. So they don't have enough food, you know, they have to suffer a lot, holy pain. Then when they think about those things, because of this, my life is ruined. No? I had no more life, I had no more my future, I must fight back. So Balawa Domanasa, because of Balawa Domanasa, they take revenge. No? They take revenge to the military government. Nowadays, soldiers are dying. So all over Myanmar, you know, all over Myanmar, the party also spread the whole country, you know. So Kayika Dukkha, Cetasika Dukkha arises. Here, two kinds of Dukkha arise. That's why. Yeah, Nalabadi, Dabi Dukkha. It is not Dukkha, but it is the basis for two kinds of Dukkha. Iti aya echa imesa duina pi dukkha na watu bhavana dukkha de buddhitaba. So this echa is to be understood as dukkha because they are the basis for two kinds of sufferings. Apija, furthermore, tata patya manana dasa alabato. Ya wikada maya dukkha sadhana ida jadi. Sadhana to the person. Tata patya manana. Whatever they wish. Tata patya mana. Whatever they wish. Whatever they desire. Dasa alabato. They do not get it. Dasa. The thing they wish. Alabato. They do not get it. Alaba because they do not get it. Yawikadamaya dukkha jayadi. Either referring to this nature, no? This nature, or referring to the word. In this word, you can translate. Wikadamaya. Wikada. Stress, tiredness of the mind. Wikadamaya yandukkha. The suffering which is stressed, the mind, which is oppressed, the mind. Jayadi arises. The beings, due to not get it, what they desire, this strong suffering, or the matter suffering arises in them. Alabaniya watuna patana dasa karana. This dukkha arises because of here dasa karana. Arises because of those two. Dasa karana. Dasa, two kinds of dukkha. Here, wikada maya dukkha, we say wikada. But we can refer to both, not only the mental pain, but also physical pain. So dasa karana, dasa here, you can refer to both mental pain and physical pain, not only mental pain. Dasa karana, the cause of that, the cause of those two kinds of sufferings, the basis of those two kinds of sufferings. So alabaniya watuna patana, the desire for the obtainable things. Desire for obtainable things here. Alabaniya watuna. Patana, sorry. Desire for the obtainable things. That's why dasama, yasma, alabaniya watuna patana dasa karana. Dasama, jino dukkha echita laba abhyavi, jino the Buddha. Dasama, that's why jino the Buddha. Dukkha, the dukkha, echita laba, desire for the obtainable things. The Buddha said the dukkha here The sign for the obtainable things is called dukkha. Abhyavi, he said. He said, Chino, the Buddha said, Ecchatalabha, the sign for the obtainable things, dukkha abhyavi, dukkha. So here, ya echanalabhati davi dukkha. Echa here, the sign for what? The sign for obtainable things, not obtainable things. The sign for obtainable things is not dukkha. Here, you are the sign. This is the sign for obtainable things only. Obtainable things, you will never obtain it because it is obtainable. So such kind of nature is called dukkha. But the desire for obtainable thing is not dukkha. Here, yapicana labadita dukkha. This desire referred to the desire for the obtainable things only, not for obtainable things. But for obtainable things, we do not say dukkha. The dukkha. Also to earn money. But if you try your best, you can earn money. To get nibbana, if you try your best, you can obtain nibbana. Nibbana is not obtainable things. Nibbana is obtainable things. So if we try our best, if we try hard, so it is possible to obtain it in this very life. If we do not obtain in this very life, it is become the strong basis for the obtaining of that nibbana in the future. So this is Yadvaichan Labadita Vidukkha. So we go to the last conclusion here. Upadana Khanda Nidesa. Upadana Khanda Nidesa is the description of Upadana Khanda. Sakkitena here, Desana Sandaya Woktan, referred to the teaching, Sakkita, not the summary of the various kinds of dukkha. That is the summaries of the teachings of the Buddha. Now here, Desana Sandaya Woktan, Desana, the teachings of the Buddha. Now the summary here referred to the teaching of the summary, not referred to the teaching, referred to the member of the sufferings. The summaries of the teaching, not summary of the member of number of the suffering. He, dukkha, he, yeah, he, that's right. He sajjan, that's right. Dukkha, edakani, dukkhasaccani wa, dukkha, edakani, dukkhasaccani, such 100 kinds of dukkha, edakani, dukkhasaccani, such 1,000 kinds of dukkha, edakani, dukkhasaccani, such 100,000 of dukkha, sakipityo nasaka, it is not possible, nasaka, it is not possible, sakipityo, to summarize, to sum, you see, to summarize all these kinds of dukkha is not possible. To but translation here, he translates as summed. Now to sum up all these kinds of dukkha is not possible. Dukkha can be many kinds, countless, countless. We cannot count the various kinds of dukkha. There are many kinds of dukkha. So in one day, within one day, you can face many kinds of dukkha. No? But you do not notice. If you notice those dukkha, so even one day, within one day, the dukkha could be 1,000, 2,000, 100,000, you know, the dukkha, all are dukkha. Whatever we breathe in and we breathe in, we breathe out, you know, these are dukkha. Dukkha is all the time with us, but we do know ourselves because of ignorance. We are very ignorant. That's why we do not know the dukkha appear in us all the time. All the time. We can say related to Dhamma, related to exact knowledge, we are very stupid. Because we are stupid, that's why we do not know dukkha arises each and every moment in our ministry. That's why the number of dukkha are countless. We cannot count how many kinds of dukkha here. Saccavibhaṅgo nasaka is possible to count. Desana panna saka, but panna but. Desana saccavibhaṅgo saka. It is possible to summarize the teaching of the Buddha. So even though we cannot summarize all kinds of dukkha, but we can summarize the teachings of the Buddha. How here? That's why. Anya nama dukkha kejinati. There is no any other suffering. Sakitena upadanakara dukkha. But a brief why upadanakanda. There is no dukkha but upadanakanda. We have upadanakanda. So this upadanakanda is mass of the dukkha. Ewa metasa kewalasa dukkha khandasa samudaya hodi. The arising of the mass of dukkha, the dukkha. That's why we cannot count how many kinds of dukkhas are there. The dukkhas are countless. That's why the Buddha did not measure all the kinds of dukkha. He summarized the dukkha as the 5 aggregate of clinging. Dukkha nama anya genjina jisaketena upadana khanda dukkha. There is no dukkha, there is nothing, there is no dukkha but upadana khanda. Desana saccavibhaṅgo aha. The Buddha summarizes the teaching here. Sayatida nipado, sayatida has no meaning. It is nipada. Or sayatida can be said, kadame, kadame te kadame. Or dasa te kadame, dasa referred to sayatida. If we translate the word sayatida, we can translate as te kadame. What are those? Sayatida, what are those? So sayatida, the meaning of sayatida here is, what are those? What are they them? What are those? Te kadame. That is the meaning of sayatida. Sayatida, where you see sayatida, you translate, what are them? What are those? You translate like that. Sayatida samadhi samasankappo, you say, the Majjhima Patippada Sayatida samadhi samasankappo, you will see the Pali there. That means Sayatida, what are they? Samadhi samasankappo, samasakappa, and so. Khandana dukkha do udita bodhi etapana Vaitara udraidowa dasemi. So khandana dukkha do udita bodhi. The meaning of the dukkha of the khanda should be understood related to this Pali. Related to this title here, Vaitara udraidowa dasemi. I'm going to explain the detail. Vaitara udraidowa dasemi, the commentator said, I'm going to explain a detail. Jati paputika dukkha yan vauta ida dadino. Dadino referred to the Buddha. The Buddha is unshakable. He is not shaken by anything. By up and down, the ups and down, we say loka dhamma. By up and down. That's why he is called Dadino. He is unshakable. He is stable. On the Dadino. either related to Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā, either is the description of Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā. Tadina, the Buddha. Yeah, Tadina, when we say Tadina, we refer to the Buddha. The Arha also can be called Tadina. The Buddha is Arha. These two persons are called Tadina because they are not shakeable by any sexual pleasure, by anything. So they are not shakeable. So they can tolerate everything. They have no defilements. That's why they are unshakable people. So whatever they meet, so they are not shaking, not like us. Very, 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 very different from us. No? That's why they are called Tadi. Tadina, the Buddha here, either is this Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā, Jadi Babudita Yandukha, Jadi Babudita, beginning with the Jadi. Beginning with the Jadi, he said the Dukkha. Jadi Babudika Dukkha Yandukha Ida Dadina, Awuta Yaja. Beginning with the Jadi, he described the Dukkha. Awoda yaja yaja dukkha awoda. Awoda, what is not described in his teaching here? Now, what is not described in his teaching? The dukkha, what is not described in his teaching? Ya dukkha awoda. The dukkha, the woda dukkha, awoda dukkha. The woda dukkha, what the Buddha described in this Pali. Awoda dukkha, the dukkha, the various kinds of dukkha, what is not described by the Buddha, what is not mentioned by the Buddha. Tansabha, all these suffering, vina tena ete na vajati, there is no dukkha except vina, except ete, these upadana khanda. Na vajati, there is no dukkha except upadana khanda. Whether the Buddha has mentioned the dukkha, whether the Buddha has mentioned or the Buddha not mentioned, any dukkha, no dukkha escape from the upadana khanda. That means every dukkha happened for these five upadana khanda. So long as we possess this upadana khanda, we will suffer the dukkha. Even the Buddha is Arahat, they had to experience the dukkha. That is body pain, not mental pain. They do not experience mental pain. They never experience mental pain, but they do experience physical pain. Why? Because they have these five aggregates of clinging. So long as you have five aggregates of clinging, you have to experience dukkha. So we Purujana, we possess these five aggregates. That's why Kayika dukkha, Manasika dukkha, these two dukkha will be experienced. So for the Arhat, the Buddha, they had no mental pain, they have only physical pain. Why they have physical pain? Because they had upadana khanda. So in Mogul, I told you before already I did, about this. So even Mogul Sayadaw misunderstand, about upadana khanda. Mogul Sayadaw said, not only him, all his followers, even though the former protector, Bhadarajandavara Vibhaṅga-aṭṭhakathā, he protests the Mogul Sayadaw. Mogul Sayadaw said, the Buddha's aggregate is the Arhat aggregate. Their aggregates are not upadana khanda. Their aggregates are just khanda. Because they had no more upadana. They had no dana, they had no tichi, they had no more upadana. That's why the aggregates are not upadana khanda. The aggregates are just khanda. Mongo Sayadaw himself mistakes, you know. So his follower also repeatedly mistakes again and again, you know, in order to protest their teacher. But it is not suitable, you know, to protest the teacher. Yeah, we need to protest the Buddha's teaching actually. If my master mistake with that, I will correct my master. I will not follow his mistake. I will not protect his mistake for me, as for me. But those followers, they are not honor enough, you know, they are not honest enough. If they are honest enough, because they are the Buddha's disciple, they must follow the Buddhas. They must not follow, you know, their teacher. Their teacher is not the Buddha. Mongo Sayadaw is not the Buddha. But I respect this Sayadawji. I respect very much. But he is not the Buddha. He could make mistake there. He said the khanda of the Buddha, the khanda of Arhats are not upadana khanda. They are just khanda. They are just khanda. That's wrong. That mistake. We should not protest. We should not follow that mistake. We should admit, oh yes, Sayadaw had mistake. The followers should have should admit, you know, that mistake. Yes, Sayadaw make a small mistake. You could say, if you were to protest your teacher, you could say, yes, he make a small mistake. You could say, actually, it is not small mistake. It's a big mistake. So even though the Buddhas, the Arhat, have no dana ditthi, even they have no upadana, so their aggregates can be claimed by the other beings. So when someone see the Arhat like Rahula, you know, Rahula very smart. He's very smart. He's very handsome. He's very charming. So when he goes for Armstrong, many ladies, all powerful, you know, they want to see Rahula because they attach to Rahula body, Rahula appearance. He is very quiet, very calm, even though, you know, his appearance is still to be claimed. That's why many ladies try to offer food to Venerable Rahula, you see. So many people also, many ladies also, when they see the Buddha, so they attach to the Buddha's body because the Buddha's body is upadana khanda. Venerable Mahakāccāyana, you see, Mahakāccāyana, he was very, very good, very, very handsome, very charming, very smart. That's why when Thoria saw him, Thoria, the, how to say, think, you know, the Thoria think, if he were my wife, it must be very good. He thought like that. As soon as his bad thought appeared, his body also changed into lady, you know, into lady. Then what I want to say here, the khanda or anybody can be upadana khanda or can be claimed by the upadana. That's why we cannot say the khanda or the Buddha, the khanda or the Arhats are not upadana khanda. So like a Magga-phala, yes, Magga-phala are not the object of upadana. So any aggregates which are the object of upadana is called upadana khanda. The khanda of Buddha, the khanda of Arhats are the object of upadana khanda, or upadana, sorry. The object of upadana. That's why their khanda also must be regarded as upadana khanda. Yasama dasama upadana khanda sankapado ime upadana khanda here. Dasama, that's why. Yasama, Dasama. Yeah, Yasama had to relate to the above Gata. So Dasama, this one. Ime Upadana Kanda, this Upadana Kanda, Sankapato, a brief Dukkha Devota, it is described as Dukkha. Dukkha Diskena Mahesina. This is the Buddha, referring to the Buddha. Dukkha Miskena Mahesina. Mahesina, yeah, Dukkha Diskena. Mahesina, the Buddha, Dukkha Diskena, who teach the end of the suffering. But in some places, they say Dukkha Diskena. Dukkha Diskena, the Buddha who teaches the Dukkha, the suffering. But it's better, to say Dukkha Diska instead of say Dukkhanda Diska. Dukkha Diska, the guide for the Dukkha. The teacher of the Dukkha, Dukkha Diska. The teacher of the Dukkha, or the person who teaches about the Dukkha, Dukkha Diskena. So Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā, Mahesina, the great person, the great person.
So here, Dukkha, can we say the end of the suffering?
Yes. This kata referring to the Dukkha, the end of suffering. The person who guides the end of suffering. But the Bhadadika doesn't like it much. Bhadadika Sayadaw. So Anudika also mentioned Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā, Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā. The person who guides the Dukkha. If we say the person who guides the Dukkha is better, or we could say Dukkhanda Diska. The Buddha shows the end of the suffering. Or the Buddha showed the suffering, or the Buddha showed the end of suffering. The meaning is not much different, But the Buddha, the person who shows the suffering, that's better because the Buddha taught about the suffering here. Tata Ganama Dukkha, Jadivi Dukkha, Jaravi Dukkha, Jadivi Dukkha, Marana Dukkha. The Buddha taught about this Dukkha. That's what Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā.
But Sarah, I think the end of suffering is better because the Dukkha, this word, is not only in Buddhism. So in Brahmanism, they also talk about the Dukkha, but they don't teach how to end of the Dukkha.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think the end of Dukkha is better.
That's also good. But we hear when the Buddha the talk about the Dukkha, it is Saccavibhaṅgo. He did not talk about the end of the Dukkha. He is talking about the Dukkha only. That's why Sayadaw think Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā is better, but both are correct. Your idea also is good idea, because the other religion do not teach how to end the suffering. Only the Buddhism teaches how to end the suffering. That's why you can say the Buddha is the teacher or the teacher who teaches how to end this suffering. That's good. That's good. But anyway, you can take any meaning here. Dukkha Diska. Here, Dukkha Diska or Dukkhanda Diska, both. But if you compare to other religion, but here, not here. If we compare the other religions and the Buddha's teaching, all the Buddha's teaching, yes, the Dukkhanda Diska is better. The person who shows the end of this suffering, because Piṭaka show the end of the suffering, how to get the end of the suffering. This is the point, the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha teaching, how to get the end of suffering is the point. So the Buddha appears to end the suffering, to make everyone to escape from the suffering, to end this suffering. Yes. So if you compare with the other religion, Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā is better. But here, when we are talking about dukkha, here. So Dukkhasaccaniddesavaṇṇanā is better. You understand what I mean?
Yes, Sayadaw.
Okay. Okay, thank you for your ideas, for your opinions. Okay, it's 7:52 already. It's time to stop. Let's conclude the class. Buddha Sasana Jira Detadu. Buddha Sasana Jira Detadu. Buddha Sasana Jira Detadu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much,
Sayadaw.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow,
Yes,
the regular
tomorrow.
class, stay close, regular class. So three days more,
Yeah.
the university regular class. That's not
Yes.
very good, you know. That's not very good to me. A lot of